Good afternoon. You're watching the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. This is your complete roundup of the day's events so far at the lunch hour. My name is Aishwarya Kapoor. And first up, let's take a look at the headlines. Opposition members target Union Minister of State Anand Kumar Hegde in Parliament over his remarks on the Constitution. Both Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha adjourned till 2 p.m. Jairam Thakur sworn in as the new Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh. 11 cabinet ministers also take oath in Shimla in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj to make a statement in Parliament tomorrow over the Kulbhushan Jadhav issue. India says Pakistan's gesture in allowing two family members to meet Jadhav lacked credibility. And the US cuts its United Nations budget obligations for 2018-19 by $285 million. Ambassador to UN Nikki Haley claims her country can no longer let the generosity of the American people be taken advantage of. First up, news from Parliament, where opposition protests in the Rajya Sabha disrupted proceedings today after the Parliament convened after a 4-day break. Now, opposition members targeted Union Minister of State Anand Kumar Hegde over his remarks on changing the Constitution. The leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Ghulam Nabi Azad, led the opposition attack, questioning whether the minister can continue to be a part of the cabinet and also a member of parliament if he raises questions on the Constitution. The chairman disallowed a discussion on the matter in the House, stating that a notice has to be given that will be examined by him. He, however, allowed the LOP to mention the matter. After this, several other opposition leaders rose to speak on the matter. The chairman first adjourned the House till 12 noon.
मिनिस्टर ऑफ स्टेट इतने उतावले हैं, एक ही मिनट चाहते हैं, तो फिर इस मिनिस्टर को, जिसे भारत के संविधान पे विश्वास नहीं है, मिनिस्टर रहने का कोई हक नहीं है। ठीक है, बैठ जाइए। How can he be minister? He has no right to be. He has no right to be the minister. He has no right to be the member of the parliament.
For anything, Constitution also, there is a rule. You have to give a notice and then the chairman has to admit it and then we can have discussion. I am saying first give notice, but I allowed as a practice, as a maryada, just to mention the issue. Just to mention the issue. He has mentioned it.
My point of order is under this, that whether a person holding the post of Minister of State in the cabinet, in the government, whether he has a right to denounce this preamble in public and whether he can continue as a minister of the government. That is the ruling. I want a ruling on that. I want a ruling on that.
श्रीमान संविधान की जो अवहेलना करे, संविधान के तहत रहते हुए जो संविधान को गाली दे, बाबा साहब को गाली दे और संविधान के मूल निर्देशों के खिलाफ बोले, क्या वो मंत्री रह सकता ओथ लेके? क्या वो एक सरकार का अंग हो सकता?
And even after the House convened at 12 noon, the opposition continued to protest over the matter. Now, the Minister of State for Parliamentary Affairs made a statement distancing the government from the minister's comments. Even then, the opposition continued its protests. The chairman asked members to allow the Leader of the House, Arun Jaitley, to speak. But when opposition members did not relent, the chairman adjourned the proceedings till 2 p.m.
I understand you are the custodian of the constitution of this country.
Please issue.
And we got this constitution from Dr. Ambedkar and galaxy of leaders.
Even the last citizen should not act or speak against the constitution, sir. Nobody should violate. In that case, sir, how can a minister say that the unique feature of our constitution is secularism? And that is being hailed across the world as very high. How can he say that it should be removed?
चेयरमैन सर, जो सदस्यों ने अपनी चिंता जताई है, मैं एक बात स्पष्ट कर देना चाहता हूं कि संविधान के प्रति हमारी पूरी प्रतिबद्धता है और जो मंत्री ने जो बयान दिया उसके बारे में हमारी सहमति नहीं है।
ठीक। The Parliament Affairs Minister has given a statement. He said the government do not subscribe the view expressed by the minister. That's end of the matter. We don't want question hour. We don't want question hour. The House is adjourned till 2 p.m.
All right, my colleague Kriti Mishra is joining us live from Parliament. Kriti, now it seems that the opposition is looking for a pretext really to not let the House function because, you know, today the House met after a gap of 4 days and the Rajya Sabha was adjourned again as the opposition is now demanding clarification from Minister Hegde over his statement.
Well, that's right, Aishwarya. So, a united opposition stalled the proceedings of the House even after 4 days Christmas break. The opposition members continued to ask that if a minister in the cabinet, a union minister expresses his allegiance, owes his allegiance to constitution and says something in contravention, then can he continue to be the minister? In fact, MOS Parliamentary Affairs Vijay Goyal completely distanced the government from minister's statement, and he said that the government was not on the same page as Hegde, and he clearly said that the government was committed to upholding the values of constitution. So as you said that the protests continued in the Rajya Sabha, and the chairman was forced, and rather he was compelled, because he urged the members to allow the question hour, to allow 0 hour, and he also said that when government has clearly said that it does not subscribe to the views and opinions expressed by the union minister, there is no point in disrupting the proceedings of the House. But as you saw, the House was adjourned till 2 p.m. So now it remains to be seen how the post-lunch session progresses. Aishwarya?
And Kriti, as we were speaking to earlier in the morning, even before the session began, that this is a rather short session you know, a number of key legislations are hanging fire, including the bill on triple talaq, which is listed for tomorrow. Under these circumstances, what can we expect? Of course, there's a huge legislative agenda for the government.
Aishwarya, for this week itself, there are at least 9 crucial bills that the government has listed in the Rajya Sabha. Today, in fact, there are 3 important bills to be taken up in the Rajya Sabha tomorrow. As you said, there's triple talaq bill, and also very important, Sushma Swaraj is likely to make statement in Parliament on Kulbhushan Jadhav's meeting with his family in Pakistan. So certainly lot of important things are lined up, and around 8 working days are only left, 3 in this week and probably 5 in the next week. Certainly a very heavy legislative agenda, and so far the Rajya Sabha has only passed the Companies Amendment Bill and the IM Amendment Bill. So the government has in fact said a number of times that these issues are trivial issues, and it does not augur well for the opposition and even for democracy to disrupt the proceedings of the House. But it remains to be seen whether a reconciliation or a truce is brokered between the opposition and the government so that the House could function. Aishwarya?
Absolutely. There's a very valid concerns there. Thank you so much, Kriti. We'll keep coming back to you in the subsequent bulletins there. Meanwhile, the issue of Union Minister Anand Kumar Hegde's statement also disrupted proceedings in the Lok Sabha today, and the opposition leaders raised this issue, seeking the minister's apology. Now, Leader of Congress in the Lok Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, raised the issue of remarks by Hegde, following which his party members rushed to the well, raising slogans. They also demanded removal of the minister from the Council of Ministers. And the issue of treatment of Indian death row prisoner Kulbhushan Jadhav's family members in Pakistan was raised by Shiv Sena members. Some BJP members also joined in. Now, amid this din, Speaker Sumitra Mahajan adjourned the House till noon. And even after the House convened, the protests continued. The Speaker then adjourned the House till 2 p.m. All right, so that issue reverberating in both houses of Parliament today, not only in the Rajya Sabha but in the Lok Sabha also, we saw the same issue reverberating with the Leader of the Congress in the Lok Sabha, Mallikarjun Kharge, raising the issue of remarks by Hegde. Let's cut across to my colleague Ravindra Singh Shiran. Ravindra, now this issue of the remarks by Union Minister Hegde are reverberating in Lok Sabha also, and the lower house working has also been disrupted.
Yeah, good afternoon, Aishwarya. As soon as the House proceedings today start in the morning at 11 o'clock in the question hour, the Congress party leaders, they were trying to speak something, but they were not given a chance to speak, and then they came in the well and started disrupting the proceedings of the House by raising the slogans. Then the House was briefly adjourned for half an hour. Then after again at 12 o'clock when the 0 hour proceedings of the House started, then Mallikarjun Kharge was saying that because of the statement made by the Union Minister Anant Kumar Hegde regarding the Constitution and the amendment which the party or the union government is seeking on the basis of the statement made by Anant Hegde, that is unconstitutional, and the person who has been raising this kind of issue should not be allowed to function anymore in the House. But he was not given a chance to speak. Besides this, the important issues which were raised today in the proceedings is Kulbhushan Jadhav's issue was also surfaced in the proceeding of the House today when Arvind Sawant, the member of parliament from South Mumbai of Shiv Sena, he said that the behavior which was shown by the Pakistani authorities with the relative of Kulbhushan Jadhav is very derogatory, and the Indian diplomacy channel should be started to bring him back, and the behavior was very derogatory and it should be condemned on international fora. Also, Sushma Swaraj, the Minister of External Affairs, she has agreed to give a statement tomorrow regarding this whole issue and the controversy which has erupted after the meeting that took place in Pakistan with Kulbhushan Jadhav's family. Today, in the later half of the proceedings, the important bills which were scheduled to come is one is the GST bill, which is for the compensation to the state, is also scheduled to come today. And Hardeep Singh Puri, the Minister of Urban Development, is also going to present a bill regarding the requisition of the property in urban areas.
All right. Thank you so much, Ravindra, for all those updates from Parliament there. And as our colleague was pointing out, that External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj will make a statement in both houses of Parliament tomorrow over the Kulbhushan Jadhav issue. Now, Sushma Swaraj met the mother and wife of Indian prisoner on death row in Pakistan after they met him in Pakistan on Monday. While the meeting did take place after months of diplomatic pressure from India, Pakistan reportedly violated the spirit of agreement in conducting this meeting. India says that the so-called humanitarian gesture of Pakistan in allowing the two family members to meet Jadhav lacked credibility. However, Pakistan has rejected India's contention, saying that it does not want to indulge in a war of words.
On their return from Pakistan, Kulbhushan Jadhav's mother, Avanti Jadhav, and his wife, Chetna Jadhav, met External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj on Tuesday. Minister of State for External Affairs V.K. Singh and Foreign Secretary S. Jaishankar were also present at the meeting, where they apprised Sushma Swaraj about what transpired during their interaction with Kulbhushan Jadhav on a death row in Pakistan.
उनकी मां और पत्नी से इस्लामाबाद में मुलाकात हुई थी। यह मुलाकात भारत सरकार के अनुरोध के बाद आयोजित की गई थी। इस मुलाकात से पहले दोनों देशों की सरकारें अपने राजनयिक चैनलों के माध्यम से इसके तौर तरीकों और स्वरूप को अंतिम रूप देने के संबंध में संपर्क में थी। दोनों पक्षों के बीच इस बारे में स्पष्ट सहमति थी और भारतीय पक्ष ने अपनी सभी वचनबद्धताओं का निष्ठापूर्वक पालन किया।
But India said that the Jadhav family meeting was not conducted in the spirit it was agreed between the two countries. Giving details of the meeting, the MEA said Kulbhushan Jadhav was forced to speak to them only in English and not Marathi, their mother tongue.
From the feedback we have received of the meeting, it appears that Sri Jadhav was under considerable stress and is speaking in an atmosphere of coercion. Most of his remarks were clearly tutored and designed to perpetuate the false narrative of his alleged activities in Pakistan. His appearance also raises questions of his health and well-being. We also regret that, contrary to assurances, the overall atmosphere of the meeting was intimidating insofar as family members were concerned.
Disclosing further details, the MEA spokesperson said the Pakistani press was allowed to harass and hector them. Under the pretext of security, both women were forced to discard the Mangal Sutra, bangles and bindi and changed their dress before they met Jadhav. Deputy High Commissioner J.P. Singh was kept behind an additional partition that didn't allow him access to the meeting as was agreed. The Pakistani authorities further kept Chetna Jadhav's shoes and didn't return them.
We would caution against any mischievous intent in this regard. The manner in which the meeting was conducted and its aftermath was clearly an attempt to bolster a false and unsubstantiated narrative of Sri Jadhav's alleged activities. You would all agree that this exercise lacked any credibility.
Kulbhushan Jadhav's case is being heard by the International Court of Justice after Pakistan unilaterally pronounced the death sentence on him. India is expected to increase efforts to counter the Pakistani propaganda to defame it.
The aim is to get Kulbhushan Jadhav back from Pakistan to India. and the inputs got from Kulbhushan Jadav's mother and wife will be helpful in India's case in International Court of Justice. Now it will be interesting to see that how Pakistan quickly gives consular access to India's officials. Akhilesh Suman for Rajya Sabha Television with camera person Raj Thakur in Delhi.
And in midday news, we'll take a very short break. We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
Hello and welcome to this year-end special episode of Security Scan. I am Vishal Dahiya.
The most dangerous thing that could happen in defense modernization is political rhetoric. And political rhetoric seems to have overtaken pragmatism.
Between submarines, that is sea denial, and an aircraft carrier, what would you prioritize?
If modernization has to move forward, it has to be focused. There should be somebody monitoring it very closely.
चिल्का, दुनिया की दूसरी सबसे बड़ी समुद्री झील। ओडिशा में पुरी से करीब 50 किलोमीटर दूर सूर्योदय और सूर्यास्त के वक्त यहाँ होता है बेहद खूबसूरत नजारा। इसीलिए संयुक्त राष्ट्र विश्व पर्यटन संगठन ने इसे डेस्टिनेशन फ्लाई वे के नाम से पुकारा। 1100 वर्ग किलोमीटर इलाके में फैली चिल्का है लाखों प्रवासी पक्षियों का बसेरा। इसके खारे पानी में रहती हैं 225 तरह की मछलियां, हजारों जलीय वनस्पति और जीव जंतुओं की 800 से ज्यादा प्रजातियां।
Welcome back after the break. Now, Jairam Thakur has taken oath as the new Chief Minister of Himachal Pradesh. 11 ministers, including Anil Sharma, Sarveen Chaudhary, Ramlal Makanda, Mahendra Singh, Kishan Kapoor and Suresh Bhardwaj took oath as cabinet ministers of Himachal Pradesh government. The swearing-in ceremony took place at the historic Ridge Ground in Shimla in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. It is for the first time that a Prime Minister has attended the oath-taking ceremony of a Chief Minister in Himachal Pradesh. BJP President Amit Shah, Union Ministers Rajnath Singh and Nitin Gadkari were also present at the swearing-in ceremony. Several BJP Chief Ministers, including UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar and Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis also attended the ceremony.
मैं जयराम ठाकुर
ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा मैं भारत की प्रभुता और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगा मैं हिमाचल प्रदेश राज्य के मुख्यमंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण से निर्वहन करूंगा।
Now, the GST collections have slipped to their lowest in November as the rates were cut on dozens of goods to make the new national sales tax regime more acceptable. According to a Finance Ministry statement, total collections under the Goods and Services Tax in the month of November slipped for the second straight month to 80,808 crore, down from over 83 crore rupees in the previous month. The statement said that as many as 53.06 lakh tax returns had been filed till 25th of December. News from Jammu and Kashmir and Centre's Special Representative on Kashmir, Dineshwar Sharma, visited North Kashmir's Baramulla district on Tuesday. Sharma met several delegations during his day-long visit to the district. Officials said that delegations of traders engaged in a cross-line of control trade between the two sides of Kashmir apprised him of the difficulties being faced in carrying out their businesses. Employment, lack of power supply and non-availability of food grains, especially during the winter months, also figured during the discussions with Sharma. Today, the centre's special representative is scheduled to meet people in the Jammu region before he returns to the national capital. This is Dineshwar Sharma's third visit to the Kashmir Valley after being appointed as the centre's special representatives for talks with the various groups in Kashmir in October this year. And Jordan's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ayman al-Safadi, has arrived in India on a two-day visit. The Safadi is scheduled to meet with Minister of Commerce and Industry, Suresh Prabhu, in the afternoon. Safadi will also hold a meeting with External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj on Thursday. The visit comes almost a week after both India and Jordan voted for the UN resolution demanding that the US rescind its 6th of December declaration on Jerusalem. Let's get you all the international news. And the United States has announced sanctions on 2 North Korean officials behind their country's ballistic missile program. The US Treasury named the 2 men as Kim Jong-sik and Ri Pyong-chol. The 2 men are reported to be involved in moves to switch from liquid to solid fuel and advance the ICBM development. As a result of the order, these 2 individuals will now be blocked from making any transactions with the US individuals and businesses. Both these men are regularly photographed alongside North Korean leader Kim Jong-un at missile launches. Already, the Treasury Department of the United States has added 8 North Korean banks and more than 24 North Korean nationals working in other nations to its sanctions list. The Treasury Department's latest step follows a decision by the United Nations Security Council last Friday to impose new stronger sanctions on North Korea. North Korea said that the move was an act of war and was tantamount to a total economic blockade. And the US government has also announced a significant cut in its United Nations budget obligations for 2018-19. The cut is at least $285 million. The country's ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, touted a $250 million cut to the UN's annual budget, saying in a statement that we will no longer let the generosity of the American people be taken advantage of or remain unchecked. Apart from this, the reductions would also be made to the UN's management and support functions. The UN's 2-year budget is roughly $5.5 billion and the total US contribution to the United Nations is 22%, which is more than any other nation. The announcement caps off a contentious year between the Trump administration and the international body. The announcement came days after the US exercised its first veto in the years at the United Nations Security Council. Every other member of the body, including US allies, voted in favor of a proposal affirming international opposition to US recognizing Jerusalem as Israel's capital. The United Nations General Assembly went on to vote on the same issue, passing a non-binding resolution disapproving the Trump administration's decision. And on to sports now, and the Indian cricket team will fly to South Africa from Mumbai today to take part in the upcoming series between the two countries. India will play a series of 3 Test, 6 One-Day Internationals and 3 T20 Internationals against South Africa. The 3 Tests will be played at Newlands, Cape Town, Centurion and the Wanderers, Johannesburg. The series will start with the longest format from 5th of January next year and will continue till 24th of February. For the Indian Test squad, Virat Kohli, Murli Vijay, Shikhar Dhawan, Lokesh Rahul, Cheteshwar Pujara, Ajinkya Rahane, Rohit Sharma, Hardik Pandya, Riddhiman Saha, R. Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Mohammad Shami, Ishant Sharma, Umesh Yadav, Parthiv Patel and Jasprit Bumrah will take part. The squad for the South African team, however, has not been announced as yet. All in this edition of Midday News. Up ahead is Khabar Dopeher. Thanks for watching.